All right, so we're getting ready to reveal, and I'm going to show you the clips that Roger took earlier in the daytime so you guys can really see the wrap. But we're about to reveal and pick up the 4x4 GMC Sierra elevation truck that was a bright red, which is funny because I have 3 cars now that Roger has wrapped, and all 3 of them were red. Actually, he wrapped 4 cars for me. He wrapped the Audi as well, which was white. But this vehicle was red, and he wrapped it, and a lot of you guys actually did guess the right color, so I'm going to be having to send out some t-shirts. Shout out to Hamza because he has a t-shirt on. We should show him what the t-shirt looks like.
We gotta show him what they get.
So you guys, I'm going to send out some t-shirts. Look at the color of the t-shirt.
$1 million t-shirt, and I watched this one too.
And look at the color of the truck. Ugh.
Nardo Grey t-shirt.
Nardo Grey t-shirts to go with the truck.
That's the truck.
All I need is a little logo on there.
That's it.
All right, so check it out, folks. This thing is beautiful, as expected. So if you guys haven't seen my videos before, this is Roger with Essex Auto Enhancement.
Hello.
He is the premier rapper in Central Ohio, if you ask me. And if you ask anybody else who's seen the work that he does on these vehicles. This is my 4th car that I brought to Roger. He wrapped an Audi S6, the Venador, the Huracan,
the truck,
and the accents on
on
a couple
the S3
on the S3, and then we're gonna do it on the RS3 as well. So I'm gonna hand the floor over to Roger to talk about this particular project, whatever you want to share as far as what was different about rapping. I know it's huge.
Yeah, that was sort of one of the technical challenges. I mean, the fundamentals of rapping are still effectively the same. Mm-hmm. The big difference on this, of course, is just the sheer size
massive.
Of the thing. So this is the largest roll of material that I've ever ordered. Mm-hmm. This was a 75-foot roll. Not all manufacturers actually
goodness
supply 75 foot. Typically the max is 60-65. This was an Avery Dennison film.
Okay.
Gloss dark grey, which is effectively
Nardo.
their version of
Nardo.
And as with all new cars, I mean, this is a 2020, particularly in truck format, the dimensions are ginormous. And what that means from a wrapping standpoint is a roll is 6 foot wide, so 60 inches. When you start dealing with a vehicle of this magnitude, you actually find that this is pretty much 60 inches from here to here. So with a traditional wrap where you can get away with laying out a panel, strategically marking it and cutting it to make sure that you really maximize your use, with this there was really little scrap. I mean, it's all very much, each panel needed its own purposely cut section from the roll to make sure that you had sufficient to cover the panel you were wrapping, and making sure that there was obviously extra to go around the edges and all of that good stuff. So
it looks spectacular.
A few times, but you know, like the hood, I mean, the hood was sort of on the verge again with the distance where we could get away with doing it in one piece, so obviously there's no seams, but there was very little margin of error to physically be able to get hold of the material without distorting it, of course, to then wrap it seamlessly on the panel itself.
Man, Man, that looks good. Man, this is
what
good.
I did do is also some additional like black accents just to add some
Ooh,
aggressiveness.
I like that.
It just makes it look
I like
deeper,
that.
'cause I felt that the bumper looked kind of shallow. That just sort of adds a bit of three-dimensional depth.
Where is that? In the inside or?
So it's here. So
Okay.
the fog light bezel is already gloss black from factory.
I like that.
And what I did is added a pop there just
Love
to
it.
sort of add a bit more
I love
extra
that.
dimension.
Love
You've
it.
also, I don't know if you noticed, it's probably due, it could be due to the weight of this or just the flexibility. You just
Oh, a
have
little
like
gap.
A little bit of rub in there of the paint. So
Okay.
the panel gaps are pretty tight. So what I did there, obviously this was all wrapped Nardo Grey, but I carried that accent piece here. And this not only gives you that accent piece, but it's also a sacrificial layer if the headlight rubs on the wrap.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have to see how it holds
Man.
up. This was a pretty challenging piece to do.
It looks good.
Just because of the size of it, but also the contours. So this was 2 pieces here.
Man, that looks good, man.
And then I've never worked on a vehicle that has this many emblems. So you've got Asian emblem on the door. You've got 4x4 emblem
On the back there.
rear. You've got another elevation emblem on the rear tailgate, and then you've got the GMC, and then you've got the Sierra.
And they're separate little
They're
pieces.
all obviously individual pieces. These are like supersized emblems. So I mean, this took a lot of time and effort just to get them off. Of course, without damaging
it looks
the
good,
emblem
though.
or the paint.
Man, that looks
And then
good.
I don't know if you saw in the photos, I probably spent an hour making templates. All of these
Man, that
are
looks clean.
all factory spaced,
Clean.
exactly to the millimeter. So I use
Dang, that looks good.
I use a spirit level, and then these were all, you wanted them plasti dipped.
Yes.
Obviously, plasti
Yes.
dip. Again, it's reversible.
Yes.
That's the whole ethos behind this. You can revert this back to a factory truck, trade it into your next purchase afterwards.
Beautiful.
These were all plasti dipped, and then what I did is I removed the excess to give you back
the red.
the red
And that's-
top, because I mean at the end of the day,
It's
the whole intent behind this was sort of utilitarian to protect
Yes.
the paint.
and it looks
So
spectacular.
You still have some flashes of red around it.
Yep.
This isn't a repaint.
Right, right.
This isn't a Lambo that's going
Right,
to be
right.
Cars and Coffee.
Right.
It was to give it sort of a fresh look, tone down the red,
Man.
but also to protect the paint.
Man, it
So
looks great.
This sort of ties in.
In the red, I love it.
Right deep, you can still see sort of the chassis.
But it ties it in right
but,
there.
But it ties it in.
I love it.
And obviously, if we were to do this sort of textbook, ideally, you'd have had a few guys would have unbolted the bed,
Mm-hmm.
shifted it forward to have done the inner portion.
But I haven't even seen any red there.
What I've done is just a sliver in there,
Mm-hmm.
but if you can't access it, I'm not going to butcher it and try and.
I can't even see any red.
Obviously, in the daytime, because it's such a shiny red truck.
Yep.
You can see it if you look for it. I
Man.
fed the lower sills, so any car obviously has a sort of a stone guard layer.
Yep.
That's that textured layer you have.
Yep.
The intent is it's sort of a rubberized paint. What it means is it's not going to chip like your conventional paint,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, because this is what takes the abuse on any car,
Mm-hmm.
whether it was your S6, my Porsche, or this. So what I did is I wrapped down to this layer. I then used edge sealer,
Okay.
which was the same material I
Yep.
bought when we were going to do the Ferrari brakes,
Yep.
to put a seal on there. Because it's textured, you don't obviously get
The same.
they're at the same level of adhesion,
Yep.
because vinyl is to be applied to a flat surface.
Yep.
I've run it there, I've heated it as much as I can to obviously make sure that it adheres.
Yep.
I've added the edge sealer, and then what I did is added a bead of black plasti dip to get rid of the
Red,
the
the
red.
oh,
'Cause
okay.
You had basically
Okay.
bright red. Every time I wrapped it, the start of the morning, I would have to clean it.
Okay.
Because obviously it's not lived in the garage.
Okay. Man, that
But
looks
you,
good
You
though.
have a bead of plasti dip,
Okay.
but it's peelable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Removable.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you didn't even want to peel it, there's plasti dip remover. You just spray it on there.
So
You know.
I gotta ask you this.
Yes.
I'm looking at this and I think it looks spectacular.
What
do you think?
9:15
at night
in Marysville. No, I think I'm not a huge fan of red personally. I mean, it was a beautiful truck. It was in great condition. This is like the in color. You know,
I love it, man.
I mean, you see Hondas, you see Sonomas, and all sorts of trucks in this color. I think with the black wheels, the other accents we have on it, it really adds to the aggressiveness of the truck. And it's amazing. Obviously, every day people are coming and going to work. I'm out here as they're driving past, already working. I'm here working at 7 at night. And just like, because people obviously see cars coming and going, but I always have the garage closed.
Right. So they can't see the...
Yeah, but obviously this has been like a blow by blow.
Man.
People have been blown away by...
Because it was red, bright red.
Yeah, but by the transformation.
So essentially, he knows what he's doing. Long story short, he knows what he's doing. And this is why I come out here and I work with Roger. Because the finished product is just top notch, man. Just period, point blank. I feel fortunate that he's in my area so that I could do these types of projects with Roger. So I must say my favorite part of the truck is the front. Man, that looks good. Man, that looks really good. And then the other favorite part for me is what you did here with the black. I like that to give that depth. And I like all of the black accents, like the handles, the black badges.
Because the front,
man, it looks good.
Doesn't really have too much depth to it. I mean, this obviously adds a lot of aggressiveness and character to it.
Love it.
But that just sort of adds a bit of depth and three-dimensional style to the front end.
So, in my opinion, this was done in good time.
Oh yeah, this was a quick job.
Yeah, knocked it out.
You know, I've sort of started before 8 and finished before 8 at night most days with like a 15-minute lunch break, just to get it done, because obviously it's big real estate sitting here. I knew you were traveling, so
and I appreciate it.
I wanted to get it turned around and back to you. On to the next one.
On to the next one is coming.
Absolutely.
So like I said, in case this is your first time seeing either one of my videos or one of my videos with Roger, this is who I highly recommend. So if you're thinking about getting a vehicle done, definitely check him out on Instagram. I'll put the link to his Instagram in the description of this video, but it's Essex Auto Enhancement with underscores in between, right?
Yes.
Essex
Dots.
Okay, sorry.
Dots.
So it's Essex.auto.enhancement.
Correct. Yeah.
You guys go check him out. He does awesome work. I'm super happy with this. I would say came out better than expected, but I know his work, so it's like the expectation is that it's going to be excellent. But yeah, it did come out better than expected because he's added his little touches in here. I didn't know how it was going to look with the black, and it looks spectacular. And even with the red, like I had my Huracan wrapped white, and I left the door jambs red before. And that some colors work well with the red contrast, and I think this is one of those colors where people might think it's something custom or trick when they see the red in the back, kind of like, wow, that's a little bit different. So I love it. Again, you guys check Roger out, follow him on his Instagram. When you're ready to get your car done right, and done to a high level, if you ask me who I recommend, this is it. Yeah. So we'll do some B-roll with the shots from Roger. Mix it up with the install, some music, and walk around during the day. So let's check it out.
Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm here to tell you guys to go to Wheel Motivation. The exotic cars is crazy. I've been watching this show for a little while now and it's growing. But we need everybody else to subscribe to Wheel Motivation and support Wheel. I'm supporting them. You do the same.